To start with a question I'd like to ask you, because there a lot of teachers have the kind of concern that there, on the market you have TEFL, you have TESOL, TESOL. So teachers sometimes are a little bit lost. Uh,
Mm,
we can't make the difference between, which one to choose, or do
yeah.
we have to,
Yeah, that's a really good point, actually, Mike. And it's kind of well, the waters are a bit muddied because nowadays a TEFL certificate and a TESOL certificate, they're kind of the same thing. And if you have a TEFL certificate or a TESOL certificate, it gives you the same power, the same job hunting power.
all
Let's
right.
say you have a TEFL certificate, your certificate says TEFL or your certificate says TESOL. They're both okay. You can use both in order to look for a job, and schools can hire both. And you'll be able to get a visa using both. So it's okay. What actually happened? So, what is the difference? So, the difference is kind of like Eurocentric and US centric. So, in Europe, we kind of went with the words TEFL, to teaching English as a foreign language. And in America, they kind of went with TESOL, teaching English to speakers of other languages. And in the old days, TEFL was more kind of where it's Eurocentric and also mainly for all ages, whereas TESOL was US centric and also maybe geared up for adult learners. So 20 years ago, if you taught business English or you taught at university or high school, maybe you wanted a TESOL certificate. Or if you worked in a kindergarten or primary or in the language center around Europe or whatever, you wanted a
Yeah.
TEFL certificate. Now, those lines are totally blurred. So it doesn't matter. You can have a TEFL or a TESOL. You can teach any ages with that and go anywhere in the world with that certificate. My course is a TESOL certificate. It's accredited by ACTDEC, which is the world's oldest accreditation bodies for language learning distance courses. There's no older.
Yeah.
Very well established. And so, yeah, the name of our course is the Higher Certificate of TESOL, which is a level 4 qualification. And we'll go in shortly into what that means and why it's important to you, those different levels.
Great. So today, mainly the question is, what makes a good TEFL course? And
Yeah.
so it's very important to choose, right? On the market, it's very difficult to choose actually, because you have so many choices. You don't
Mm.
really know what to choose. Who to believe, if we
Yeah.
can say it like that, maybe.
Yeah. So there's so many choices out there. There's literally hundreds of different companies that will offer TEFL or TESOL qualifications, and they've all got these beautiful Instagram posts and these lovely pictures about traveling the world. And on the outside, they look the same, and you might just go for the cheapest one, but actually, that's a huge, huge mistake that you'll come to regret. So it's important that you scratch the surface and look underneath. You look under the hood or under the bonnet of what's in the engine, because what is in the course, the content in there, the tutor support, the accreditation, the different modules in offer, the order that the modules are in, the support that you get after, everything all connects, and you need to know you need to look before you leap when it comes to choosing a good TEFL course. So my name's Stuart Allen. I've been a language teacher for 21 years. Lots of people who have been following TEFL Lemon will know me, but lots of people in this webinar won't know me very well. So I've been teaching for over 20 years. I've been teaching in China and also in the UK. I've taught all kinds of levels, and also I specialize in making language learning materials and developing courses. And about 4 or 5 years ago, I had the idea of making my own TESOL course because I was very unsatisfied with the selection that was out there, and I just thought I could do better, basically. So in this webinar, what I'm going to be looking at is what should be in a TESOL course or a TEFL course. Like I said, that the kind of content that you should look and make sure before you start, make sure you understand what you're going to be learning. It's so important. You might sign up, you might see this flashy advert, put in your name, sign up, and you have no clue what you're going to be learning. So slow down, do your due diligence, make sure that you understand the content of the course and how long it's going to take you to complete. The second thing we're going to be looking at is accreditation. What is accreditation? Why is accreditation important? What do accreditation bodies do? How they help the learner, how they help the creator of the course. And so we're looking at accreditation, the importance of feedback, what feedback will do for you as a learner, the kind of support that is offered or should be offered and often isn't, how you are assessed, how assessment is will form your learning and to help to motivate you and to help you continue on with your learning. And basically, is it valid? Are you actually tested on what you've learned, and how will that improve you as a learner? The aftercare, how you're looked after at the end of the course. Are you just forgotten, or is there support systems available for you? And also things to look out for and avoid. And obviously at the end, we're going to give away the course. So that's the rundown about what we're doing. So do you want to go and head into the course content? Yeah, thanks, Mike.
All good.
Cool. So importantly, you might have seen like 20-hour courses, weekend courses, 40-hour courses, 60-hour courses.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
There's always a number that kind of scare people sometimes,
Yeah. It's like avoid them.
Yeah.
That is it. Don't do them. It's a waste of your time, because these courses, they're set up as money spinners for the people that are making that course. The minimum international standard to get a job is 120 hours. 120 hours, that is the minimum that schools and governments around the world will look for to give you a job or to give you a visa. If your course is lower than 120 hours, it's not going to be accepted. So you've handed over your money for no reason. Okay. So avoid 20-hour courses, 40-hour courses, 60-hour courses, 100-hour courses. That's super, super important. Although, you might finish quickly. You might get your certificate. Hey, I did this in a day. Yay. No, don't do that. Don't waste your money. So don't do that. That's the most important thing. So why do more than 120 hours? So the course that TEFL 11 offers is 180. Why do that? Why would you be mad and do that? 120 hours is the minimum. Is the minimum standard. Okay. If you do a course that's more than 120 hours, 150 hours, 180 hours, you may even see a 250-hour very high-level diplomas. These are better because you will learn more. You will learn maybe the same topics, but in greater detail, in better detail. And also it demonstrates to schools that you care. You care about your own development. You care about doing a good job. You care about exactly Malik. I'm going to come on to that as well. I'm going to come on to that. Like,
that's what I just put the comment. I just saw that comment. It's so true. This is a be careful.
Yeah. And I tell you what, sooner or later in China, it's all going to come, the house of cards is going to come crashing down, and it's going to be found out that you've done that. And you're going to probably be in trouble. So will the school, so will the recruiter. So don't do that. You're doing an injustice to yourself by paying these unethical companies money to print off and give you a certificate. You're not learning anything. you're doing a huge disservice to the industry, to yourself, and importantly to the students you're teaching who've gone there in good faith that you're a good teacher, and you've paid for a certificate, and it's all a big lie. Yeah, so don't do that. I've been offered, when I was in China, can you just sell me a certificate? And the answer is no. No, I'm not going to do that for you. I don't believe in it. So you have to earn it. So all of the people who have my higher certificate in TESOL, they've earned it. But going back to the 180-hour thing, it demonstrates to schools that you are a professional and you care about your own professional development. It's got a higher standard of content within there, and you just you're very serious about what you do. And because you have demonstrated that you're serious about what you do, you are a better candidate for jobs. If a school is going for a teacher, needs a teacher, you've got 3 teachers with 120-hour courses, and you've got 1 teacher with 180-hour higher certificate, which is a level 4. He's a level 3, you're level 4. You're, the spotlight's on you, and you'll stand a better chance of getting the job. So yeah, this is important. This is the hours. Now, what level is it? Well, what does that mean? So there's an international framework of qualifications, and it goes from level 1 to level 8, all the way around the world. Level 1 to level 8. So level 1 is a very basic introduction course, maybe like a 40-hour course or a weekend fresher or something. This is level 1. Level 8 is a PhD. It's like a doctorate, right?
Oh wow. Yeah.
So if you do your PhD and you're doing your doctorate research, this is a level 8. Wow. So you're going from this weekend kind of course up to PhD, and this is the spectrum, right? So a standard 120-hour certificate, this will often be a level 2 or a level 3 qualification. Okay.
Yeah.
A level 6 qualification is a full degree, a bachelor degree, a Bachelor of Arts or a Bachelor of Science, a 3 or 4 year degree. That's a level 6. Okay.
A level 6. Okay.
Level 6 on the qualifications framework. A level 7 is a master degree. So if you've got a master degree out there, this is a level 7 course. If you've got your PhD, this is level 8. So the highest a TEFL certificate will generally get is level 3. The highest certificate of TESOL, which we offer, that's a level 4. So this is equivalent to 1 full year of a degree program, the first year degree or an associate degree. It's equivalent to an associate degree or 1 year of a full Bachelor of Arts degree. It's a high certificate. So when you choose a TEFL certificate, you need to understand what level it is, not just the hours. It's the level, and that's to do with the content that's involved on your course from the accreditation body. So you've got a lot of integration there. You can always find out, or you should be able to find out what level it is if you speak to the accreditation body. So if you find a course on the internet, on Facebook, on on Instagram or something like that, find out who they are accredited by. Do your homework, speak to the accreditation body. If they're professional, they'll answer you back. Probably you won't hear from them because maybe they're not even accredited. So this is super important. Check.
Yeah. So you get Malik. Yeah, Malik, who was asking, how do we know that yours is not a fake one?
Great question. That is a great question. So the way to do that is a really valid question, because the people that have fake ones, they won't say that they're fake, right? So this is a fantastic question. So contact the accreditation body. They will have they should have an outstanding reputation. And for example, we are accredited through ACTDEC, and ACTDEC, they accredit maybe only 4 or 5 different courses. And the reason for that is it's almost impossible to get accredited by ACTDEC. Do you know how much work I had to do to write that course? It was crazy. Like, I wrote the course for 2.5 years, and the accreditation process took me 18 months. They said no to me twice because they said, that's good. You've got all of these things. You don't have that. In order to reach our accreditation standards, we have very strict standards. If you want to be accredited by ACTDEC, you have to have this in your course. And I didn't have it. So I had to go back to the drawing board and add in this extra stuff. They said no to me twice. It broke me, Mike. Like, I was like,
oh,
no!
yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah, it was terrible. Yeah, I had to go back to the drawing board and try to reach their standards. So in answer to your questions, how can you tell if it's fake or whatever? Find out who they're accredited by. Find out if that's a real accreditation body, because there's a lot of fake ones out there. You can just do your research on that. An hour on Google, you'll find out. Once you have ascertained that it's a legit accreditation body, email them. Ask about the course. Ask what the standards are. They will present you with the standards. This is public domain stuff, and this will help inform your choice about whether or not to take that TEFL course. A lot of the cheap ones that you see on Facebook, they're not accredited. They've got a beautiful advert, only $29, only $39. It's a waste of money. It won't do anything for you. So be careful.
Yeah.
No, it's ACTDEC. Hold on. Yeah.
ACTDEC. Yeah, because and if we want to check, for example, if we want to check on your course, I guess it's possible too.
Yeah. So contact ACTDEC. They will get back to you. They're very, very professional. If anyone is listening here that has been teaching for a long time, I'm just finding the website. There you go. That's the website for ACTDEC. You can email them. They'll be very happy to speak to you. They're super, super professional. And they were started off by the same people that started off the famous IATDEC TEFL annual conference. IATDEC TEFL is one of the most important annual conferences for language experts, linguists, and professors and schools anywhere in the world. And they were started by the same group of people that started the IATDEC TEFL. So it's probably the world's best accreditation body for distance courses. For TESOL distance courses. Yeah,
it's ACTDEC, and you can see on the thumb I put their logo. I put it as well, ACTDEC. On the thumb for the webinar, it's on it. So for you to be sure that you don't have to worry about it. And then you get the link from Stu. So that's
it.
awesome.
So basically, I mean, even if you don't choose the TEFL Lemon High Certificate of TESOL, let's say you go with another one, it's okay. Just make sure you do your homework. That's what I'm saying. And the accreditation body should be very open to talking to you. Should be.
Oh, of course, yeah.
It should be, everything should be transparent. And if it's not transparent, run away. That's all I can say. But yeah, that brings us on to the accreditation. Is a course accredited? Now, accreditation is basically just a list of standards. So an accreditation body will make sure, will give the rubber stamp on a course, meet their standards for quality, content and support. And if a course does not meet their standards, then it won't reach accreditation. And so essentially a course without accreditation is literally just a piece of paper, because it might be shiny, it might have a gold stamp or whatever, but it hasn't reached any strict standards. Okay, so A course must be accredited. If it's not accredited, schools are not going to accept it. Visa departments are not going to accept it. And on your resume or your CV, and you put this course, it's not going to do you any favors. So make sure that the course is accredited. And secondly, exactly, Malik. Yeah, they don't accept 120 hours anymore for international school because standards are getting raised. Like I said, this is the minimum accepted amount. And if you're happy with the minimum, then schools like international schools that want more than the minimum, they're going to say no to you. Now, those people with the 120-hour courses, yeah, they'll be able to find a job, I'm sure, but they won't be the best jobs. They won't be the highest paid jobs. So do yourself a favor and don't do the minimum. Don't do a level 2 or level 3 course. Do a level 4 course. Yeah, absolutely, Malik. So make sure that you check the accreditation body. It's so important. And some courses, they say that they're accredited, but who the accreditation body actually are is a little bit of a mystery, and it should never be a mystery. It should be clear. They should be approachable. They should get back to you. They should be searchable, so you can search and find out exactly who they are. Speak to other teachers, speak to other schools, find out who the accreditation body are, because they might be working hand in hand, and you've kind of lost your money again. True. All right. So support. What kind of support do you get on the course? This is super important as well. So there are courses out there that will sell you their course. Let's say like $100, but it doesn't include any support.
Yeah, and you get to pay for the support, I guess.
Yeah. So yeah, you have to pay extra. Yeah, there's like some of the biggest ones, like you have to you get this. If you want support, you have to buy an extra, go from bronze to silver or something, and that's not okay. Support should be there for students who need guidance, who need the help, need to have a question to ask, not sure about something. That shouldn't be charged. That should be free of charge as part of the service of the course.
As part, exactly.
Yeah, because although you're an experienced teacher, and you've been teaching for a while, and you're doing a course just to improve the certificate that you have, or to as a refresher, you're still going to have questions. How do I upload that? This isn't working. Or I'm not too sure about this. What do you think about that? This is missing this. You've got questions and comments, so you should have someone there to listen to you. And feedback. Wow, like in the classroom, giving feedback to your students, your language students, is so important for them to learn. Without feedback, they're not going to learn as much. And it's the same as with a TEFL trainee. You need feedback from your tutor to say what you're doing right and what you can improve. So make sure on a TEFL course that you're getting adequate feedback. Who will feedback you? How will they do that? Is it by email? Is it by, is it text message? Is it a phone call? Make sure that you know before you hand over your money. With our course, the Highest Certificate of TESOL, we have 7-day-a-week support. That's by email. We also do video calls, so we can speak to you face to face. So you've actually got a human that you can speak to help you on your way. And again, that's free of charge, as it should be. Once you've paid the money for the course, you get that support.
That's awesome. And so you were talking about teachers who would have that they have to really do their homework.
Yeah. So that's ironic, isn't it? So assessment. Well, just quickly before we get into assessment, we've got a question here from Claudine, and everybody, please feel free to drop in your questions. I'm very happy to answer your questions. So we've got a quick question here. Does your course benefit?
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah. So does your course benefit those who took a course maybe 10 years ago? has information updated? Absolutely, because
competition is still here.
Well,
I mean,
yeah,
if you want to change a school, they're going to look up. Maybe your experience is already 10 years old, 10 years ago, but
yeah. I
how?
think Claudine, what you might mean is the content.
Yeah,
Is it does it change? The answer is yes. So when I was writing the course, I had just finished my master's in applied linguistics and TESOL. So I had been reading the most up-to-date journal articles, essays, papers, research papers on different areas of language acquisition, like 2020, 2021, 2022. I was reading that stuff, the most up-to-date research, in order to write my own essays. And I was like, right, new research has shown this. New research has proved this. So I put that into my course. So if you take the higher certificate of TESOL, all of the stuff has been informed by the very latest research. I mean, like, one of the modules in the higher certificate course is about how to teach online. 10 years ago, you're going to find no courses that taught you how to teach online. And that whole module, like all of the modules, are informed by the very latest research. We looked at COVID, how COVID changed the game for having to teach online. And what researchers showed how to engage learners who are learning online. So your course that you did 10 years ago, you wouldn't have learned that. But on the higher certificate of TESOL, you will. And that's not just online, that's every single module. All 20 of the modules are all informed by the very latest research. And I've included all of the references, so you can go in and you can look at that research in detail in your own time.
Great. Thank you very much, Claudine, for this good questions. That's very important. Well, that's true. I remember the other day when we did this live about lesson plan, the ESL teachers mostly always use the 3 Ps, and then now you have ESA, which is a different way, different method. So it's evolution. When I was like 20 years in China, never heard about that that ESA.
Yeah,
was quite new.
That's it. So 10 years ago, all of the courses would have taught you how to use PPP. Present, practice, produce. That's the whole industry is moving away from that model now. So if you did a 10-year-old course, you'd have learned that. But now we've moved on. So you can learn different lesson planning frameworks. So yeah, things to avoid. So if you're planning to choose a TEFL, take a TEFL certificate, either as a first-time teacher or as a refresher, hopefully you choose the highest certificate of TESOL. But if you don't, these are things to avoid. Fake courses. If they're like, if you go onto Facebook and you will see some candidate holding up their certificate and it's got 6,000 likes and it's $10. Don't do it. What are you thinking? It's obviously there's something up. What? Yeah. There's obviously something up with it. It's too cheap to be true. There's something up with it. So be careful of fake courses. Be careful of slick adverts that lure you in, because you're going to get burned. So make sure that you check the accreditation body. Make sure you check the content. Make sure you check and ask about the tutor support. And make sure that you're satisfied with everything. And if at any stage along there you're unsatisfied, withdraw. Just get your ass out of there, because you're going to really suffer. And it's going to be a waste of your time and a waste of your money, and you're going to be disappointed. Make sure you're getting good feedback from your tutors. Make sure they're guiding you in the right way. Make sure they're patient. Make sure they respond to you quickly and fully. Just watch out for these things. Content, accreditation, support, feedback. And also, a lot of these cheap courses, they don't give you a hard copy certificate. like when you go for a visa application, you need to give in your hard copies so that a human can like check them, check online, check who these people are, and give you a visa. Like a lot of these really cheap ones, they don't give you, they're so cheap because it's pre-written content. You don't get any feedback. You literally just pay the money and you kind of like pass without doing any work. Questionable contact, no support, and you don't get a certificate. Like, what have you done that for? So make sure that you get a hard copy certificate at the end. Our certificate has a ton of really good security features, so it's impossible to forward. It's got like holograms and like it's really like high quality certificate that can be checked. It's accredited. You go for visa, you're okay.
Yeah, some people in the chat were asking, "Hey, mate, do you get a YouTube channel?" Here it
Yep.
is.
Yeah, thank you.
At TEFL Lemon. Yes, now you can use that at. So that's really cool.
Yeah, thank you. Like, yeah, if anyone wants to follow my channel, it's only small, but I'd absolutely love you to be there. So, so thank you. And yeah, Royce, Alicia, you've got it. That's the one. Like, don't do that.
All right, and then let me see. It's a little bit slow, of course. Yeah, World TESOL Academy. Here we go.
There's so many, and it's not just those guys. It's if you go on to like Groupon, you like find a certificate for $49. It's exactly the same. It's bulk buy, no support, no hard copy of certificate, no feedback, very, very outdated, questionable content. Yeah, so yeah, that's it. So that's our certificate. Now you've got lots of security features on that certificate. So very, very, yeah, it's impossible to fake it basically. Within the paper itself, it's got stamped with ACTDEC, the accreditation body stamp of approval. So you could take that certificate anywhere around the world in your suitcase, on your travels, in your portfolio, along with your CV and your degree, and use it to help you find a job. As that gold logo, that ACTDEC gold logo, that's actually like a hologram. So if you change angle, it becomes silver and like purple, like different colors. And that's actually built into the card itself. It's very, very clever. It's not a sticker that's just pull off the sticker and stick it on. It's built into the certificate. It's like university degree level security. Also, as part of our service, again, this is free of charge. Schools you get a letter that comes with the certificate with a QR code. The school or visa office and scan the QR code, and it will go to our website, and it will show proof that you passed that course, what modules you learned on the course, what you are now qualified to do, your student number, the date that you passed the course, and your grade. And it's like a really good service. And this is all the kind of things that a good course should offer.
Go to TEFL Lemon. You just go on YouTube and check out his YouTube channel as well at TEFL Lemon. Just at TEFL Lemon. And, on YouTube now you can use this at, and you will find him right away. Thank you very much, Stu. That was awesome today. It was tough to introduce a course. It's not easy.
It was like we said earlier. There's so many choices out there. It's hard to know. It's hard to know fact from fiction. So hopefully, some of the things we went through today has helped everybody.
True. Thank you. Big shout out to Stu. Thank you so much. And we'll see you next week for another live. Thank you, Stu. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye. See you, all of you. See you. Cheers. Happy teaching.